up guys, my name is Alex and welcome to Let's Talk, where I talk about all things queer that have interested me in the past week. Let's get into this. So something that happened just yesterday was the Oscars, and I spent most of yesterday watching the Oscars because I really do love the Oscars. It takes me back to my childhood, and that might sound cheesy as fuck, and it is cheesy as fuck, but I don't know, it just makes me feel happy. But the Oscars this year was like pretty queer in like the best way possible, and it just made me happy. So just like a quick overview of what happened in the Oscars yesterday, but I do highly recommend watching the Oscars if you haven't. I don't know, I just feel like if you're on social media or like a fan of media at all, you would know what happened in the Oscars, but I'm just gonna give you guys a brief overview anyway. So Fantastic Woman won an Oscar yesterday, and it's actually the first movie to be about a trans woman and cast a trans woman for the part to win an Oscar, which is like crazy to think that that's the first movie to do that, but huge congrats to them. It's incredible. The actress also was the first trans actress to present at the Oscars as well. She did that yesterday. I mean, lots of firsts. So congrats to them. That's awesome. Also, Coco, I mean, as a side note, loved the movie Coco. I bawled my eyes out. Oh god. But what I didn't know was like how gay it was behind the scenes. So obviously they won an Oscar yesterday, and like in their like acceptance speech sort of thing, there was just like it just gave me like all the warm and fuzzies. That's such a weird term to say. All the warm and fuzzies seeing the acceptance speech and just seeing like these queer people like thank their like significant others, just like no big deal. I was shocked. I don't know how to like process like how I felt in that moment. It was just such a simple thing, but it just like it made my heart swell, and it was just also something just like as a side note, because I love women obviously, Jennifer Garner looking great. If you guys have seen any of my live streams or anything like that, you'll know like Alias and Jennifer Garner started my obsession with like movies and TV shows. She is the reason I am the way I am today. So it's great seeing her back. She's ripped as fuck, and I'm so ready for her to just like I'm so ready to just fangirl over her again, because she's got some movies coming up and I'm just excited for her. Also, Margot Robbie, love her. She's like fangirling over Gal Gadot, and I'm like, same. Honestly, and Saoirse, everyone there. I love them all, and I mean, if you guys have seen my Twitter or Tumblr, like, recently, you will see me, like, retweeting and reblogging, like, a lot of these. Man, it was a good time yesterday. So, yeah, do check it out if you haven't yet, or, I mean, I feel like you guys have seen the highlights on Twitter and Tumblr, if you guys have been on Twitter and Tumblr, because, like, they're hard to miss. Alright, moving on from that, I want to talk about Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I did do a solo video on Brooklyn Nine-Nine in regards to Gina Rodriguez, like, being in Brooklyn Nine in the second half of the season, and what character she could possibly be playing. So I'll have that linked in the description if you guys want to go check that out. But today I'm talking about another thing, because we have a release date for the second half of the season, which is going to be March 18th, which is like really, really soon. I wasn't expecting it to be this soon, because like we hadn't heard anything of it, and then all of a sudden it's like it's coming back on in a couple weeks. So that's really, really exciting, and I'm excited for the second half of the season. It's gonna be good. Moving on from that, kind of in connection to Gina, but like not really, but we're talking about Jane the Virgin, because Gina's in Jane the Virgin. That segue, it was great. But I did talk about Jane the Virgin a couple weeks ago, because Petra has got a storyline going on that I'm very excited for. So looks like Petra, I don't know if she's questioned her sexuality before. I don't think we've seen it on screen, but she's definitely thinking about it now. So I'll have a link to my last video if you guys want sort of a better backstory on like Petra and what's going on with that. But we got sort of like an update because they did go on a hiatus, like sort of a break, and they're back, and we're still going on that Petra story. I love Petra so much, and I'm just so excited for the storyline. You have no idea. So we got like sort of an extended version of the dream that she had. It's so good. Her interactions with JR this episode were amazing. I couldn't when like she was like in jail and like JR was like, I'm gonna get you off, and then she had that flashback to the dream and she's just like oh, I died. I am loving the storyline so much. We're on episode 11. We just finished episode 11 now, and it is definitely a storyline that they're going to be continuing. If you've seen the episode summaries for the upcoming episodes, it's definitely something that they're still pursuing, and it looks like it's going to be an actual like fleshed out storyline. So I'm very, very excited to see where it ends up because I mean Jane the Virgin is dramatic as fuck, so who knows where the season will end. But I'm trusting the writers. That's a very risky thing to do, I know, but Jane the Virgin, I don't know, I feel like I trust them. I feel like I trust them enough not to at least like do a bury gaze trope, right? I'm not saying there's not going to be drama, because it's Jane the Virgin. Of course there's going to be drama. But yeah, I'm excited to see where they take the rest of the season and Petra and JR. So I do highly recommend watching Jane the Virgin. It's a very funny show. It's great. And yeah, moving on from that, I want to talk about Orphan Black. I haven't talked about Orphan Black in a little while. As you guys know, Orphan Black, the TV show, has finished. We got a happy ending for Cosima and Delphine. Thank God. Cophine is just like, it's happy end game. It was great. But yeah, so if you haven't seen Orphan Black, 5 seasons were out. I mean, it's done now, the TV show wrapped up, but we get a happy ending, so it's a great watch, a great watch. It's just a fantastic show, so I do highly recommend watching it if you haven't yet. But we've got some more news, because like exciting news as well, because Delphine and Cosima's storyline is not over. Orphan Black has announced that it's going to be creating a Cophine Comic Book. So it's going to be called Orphan Black Crazy Science, and it's going to follow Delphine and Cosima traveling around the world looking for other leaders. So I'm so goddamn excited for this like comic book. We do apparently get to see like the other sisters as well. It's just like I'm just insanely excited for this comic book. It's coming out June. We don't have a specific release date, but the first issue is coming out in June. Yeah, so I'm so excited for this series to be released. It's exciting. So yeah, if you guys are Orphan Black fans or Cosima and Delphine fans, this should be really awesome news for you. And of course, I did my Legends of Tomorrow review video and reaction video. So my reactions go up on my Patreon, which is linked in the description if you guys want to go check that out. I will be doing my Legends reaction review today, so they should be out tonight or tomorrow. Yeah. Last week's episode was amazing. We got Avalance Canon. Oh man, I was stoked. So I'm very excited to see where they take the rest of the season. I've heard, we're not going to be free of drama, of course. Like, it's a TV show. What TV show is not free of drama? But I'm excited to see where they take the rest of the season and Avalance. We also got Black Lightning. I didn't do a review video. I haven't done a review video for the last couple episodes just because I personally found them a bit slow and I really haven't had too much to talk about it. But I am really excited for this week's episode because one, we've got the sort of reveal of Thunder and Black Lightning, so they know who each other are. So I'm excited to see sort of the fallout of that. And also, Grace returns. Grace makes everything better, let's be honest. So she's returning this week's episode. So yeah, Anissa, Grace, I'm pumped for that. But I did do a reaction video to Black Lightning, and once again, that's on my Patreon. But yeah, I think that's about it for me today. A big thank you to my Patreon sponsors. We got Alex, Marissa, Corey, and Kathy. You guys are incredible and help me do what I do. Yeah, I think that's it. I will see you guys in my next video. Okay, bye.